Hi there. Let's talk about truth today, shall we? I am guessing if you're watching my videos, you're someone who is a big advocate for truth. Like you look around the world and you think, if we could all just come from an energy of truth, the world would be a whole different place. I am with you. I'm Darla Ledoux. I'm the founder of Sourced and the developer of the Sourced Magic Quiz, which is a brief quiz that can shed a whole lot of light onto how to best show up and operate in your magic. And one of the things that is so important to me personally in my own journey to tune in more to my own magic is that I consistently am willing to look at and get present with my own truth. Now, because of this, it often comes up in my work with my clients, and I do a lot of retreats. I'm the author of Retreat and Grow Rich, so retreats are really important to me. And in this last year, I've been doing my retreats primarily virtually. So on a virtual retreat recently that I hosted, that was all about the theme of integrating everything that had come up during 2020 to use it as like rocket fuel or power for 2021. That was really the intention of this retreat. And so to do that, I felt really drawn to help people identify what was their truth in 2020. Going down this rabbit hole brought me to one of the gene keys. And I'm going to read a little bit as we go here. If you're not familiar with the gene keys is kind of a next level from human design, which I'm a big advocate for. And this particular book I'm going to read from is by Richard Rudd, and he's the developer of the gene keys. So it brought me to this gene key of truth. Okay, it's gene key 63. And each of these keys, I'm not going to get into whole detail. And by the way, I don't recommend getting too heady with the gene keys, right? Because you can analyze things all day and it's not super helpful. But this 63rd gene key, the city, which is like the highest level of enlightenment of this key, is truth, okay? So each of these have this highest level enlightenment. They also have a shadow side, okay? So if you're here, you're following me, you're a lover of transformation, you probably do shadow work with your clients, so you totally get what that means. But every, light or highest expression has a dark or a shadow expression. So the shadow of truth is doubt. So first of all, just that is interesting, okay? And then the gift of this truth-doubt dynamic is inquiry. Inquiry, so getting curious, asking questions, etc. That is the gift if we really dive into this. So the reason this came up and what feels really, really important about this, in particular, looking at 2020, which, different patterns have gone into 2021, right? It's not like we turned the corner of the year and now it's gone. I want to highlight this idea of truth versus doubt because it really explains what's going on here. And so I'm going to read a little bit. If we look at the world, right, it's more polarized than ever, and everybody thinks that their truth is the truth, right? And and I'm saying everybody, and it's probably not you, and I don't mean to make a sweeping generalization, but if you look around, a lot of people are entrenched in their viewpoint, right? They have looked at what is going on, and they've decided, this is what I believe, period, and I'm entrenched in my view. So anybody who says anything that might be connected with something that is the other side, right, now suddenly becomes wrong. I'm entrenched in my dogma. Well, here's why this is happening, and this is so important. So the first thing we need to know is everybody has doubt, okay? And he says a huge question mark is literally wired into the human brain. Your brain is designed to doubt. So I want you to get this, first of all. Our brain is designed to doubt. Like we're built in with this doubting device. Why? Because when we are in doubt, then we get into inquiry, right? We have doubt, and so we start to ask questions. Oh, okay, what is this doubt about? How could I, further my own evolution because I have doubt. And so we're seeking truth because we have doubt, and it's part of how we evolve as humans. We're actually designed this way, okay? Yet, so it can be a driving force. It can be positive, right? A driving force in evolution forward. He says, however, the problem with doubt is that it doesn't go away. Doubt sits there deep within the neurocircuitry of every human brain, where it causes a huge unconscious pressure. When seen purely for what it is, doubt is simply the word humans give to this constant mental pressure. Now I want you to think about this when you go to launch something, or you're thinking about your business, your messaging. Can I trust my intuition? Do I dare to say that, right? It's doubt. Doubt is creating this internal mental pressure, and it's normal. Although this pressure behaves differently from one human to another, the one consistency is that it drives each of us to try to bring an end to the pressure. So think about that, right? We want to get it right. We want to find more information. We want to know the truth. If I just have the truth, this doubt will go away, and then I can be all I came here to be, right? We humans cannot easily accept this never-ending feeling of being unsettled somewhere deep inside. For most of us, the need for mental certainty results in our taking a firm set of beliefs or values that provide a barrier against the doubt inside our mind. I'm going to say that again. Result in our taking on a firm set of beliefs and values that provide a barrier against the doubt inside our mind. So think about that, right? As a business, you have values, right? And okay, if I have those values, now I know who I am as compared to who everybody else is, and that's what I need to stay safe, right? If I am in doubt, I go to my values, and that's great. That's healthy, okay? We continue to inquire, and we get the answer, right? It comes as an illumination from within. Truth comes as an illumination from within, not an answer from without, when we're asking these questions with curiosity, with inquiry. He goes on to say, our conundrum, right? He says, in a sense, we have been conned by nature because there is no answer to our doubt. Our attempts to end our mental anxiety have forced the brain to evolve even further. This is how our anxiety serves evolution. But the other important aspect about doubt is that though it is truly impersonal, we humans make it personal. So we all have doubt. It's impersonal, meaning it's common among every human, right? But we make it personal. We think there's something wrong with us when we're in doubt. So look around, and I'm getting to why this pertains to 2020 and kind of like where we're going, okay? So we make it personal, and our society says if you doubt, you can't be a business owner, right? If you don't have the answer, if you're not sure, if you don't have evidence and proof, then you're not good enough, right? And so our culture has started to override this universal truth that we all have doubt. And like we should, because it's healthy. So we make it personal. If doubt serves genuine inquiry, then it becomes creative. But if it becomes personal or internalized, it becomes destructive. It becomes destructive. So look around the world, okay? If you do not use your mind in a creative way, the pressure either becomes a projection onto someone or something outside, or it collapses inward and becomes self-doubt. It is self-doubt that so undermines the individual from trusting in his or her own inherent creativity. Okay, self-doubt undermines us from being creative, or we project it out, okay? Now, he says, this is just a tip. The best thing we can do with self-doubt is share it with others. So let me just tell you, I have all sorts of self-doubt about all kinds of things. And I just want you to know that, okay? I get the feeling in my stomach, and it makes me wonder, can I deliver? Can I show up? That still happens, okay? So I'm just demonstrating this, right? So the very best thing we can do with self-doubt is to share it with others. In doing so, you can embrace it and allow it to move through. It doesn't own you when you can see it and know it, especially if you can see it as a normal part of humanity. The worst thing you can do during a period of self-doubt is take forced premature action. If an individual succumbs to the pressure of doubt, the other direction he or she can take at the shadow frequency is to repress it through dogma and opinion. Thinking, it can be used to construct a false logical reality that gives the mind the answers to the doubt, right? So taken the other way, if we succumb to this pressure of doubt, we go to dogma and opinion. So that's exactly what I'm saying that we have been seeing everywhere, right? At the shadow frequency, all the human mind wants is certainty. And if it cannot find it, it will manufacture it. So I would say we can all agree we've had a massive year of uncertainty. Am I right? The whole last year, starting in March or February, right? Uncertainty, uncertainty, uncertainty. So it makes perfect sense that given so much uncertainty, right? And this little, doubt mechanism that happens in the brain that creates inquiry to help us, find truth. When it gets overloaded, it like literally has been short-circuited for so many people this year. We go to opinion and dogma. And that is why you see what's happening in the world, because people aren't aware that doubt is a normal part of the human condition. So what does this have to do with us? My call to you and to myself is to allow yourself to be present with the doubt, to allow yourself not to know, to allow yourself not to need to know, to actually trust that spirit, source, God, the universe is present in your life, is guiding your life, is guiding our experience of life. And I'm not saying this to meditate and bypass being on this earthly plane and showing up and operating where you feel called to operate, even if you have doubt, right? Like where you feel called and where you feel drawn. What I'm saying is, if we let this doubt override our circuitry, now we go into being entrenched in one way, and we're not able to show up and respond as spirit is guiding us, right? We're so in fear that now we're like, you're right, you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong. And we can't be present to being our own creation on the planet. Being in our own individual truth, because there isn't one truth out there. And our doubt mind is never going to be satisfied, right? So the alternative is to create with source, to create a sourced energy field around you and trust that energy. And in my company, we have a whole process designed for that to help you transform default energies into sourced energies so that you feel in flow and in confidence of how you're showing up in the world, even when all of these things are happening. Because it's personal, right? The doubt is not personal, but your truth is personal. Your purpose is personal. And just by looking around and trying to figure out how to avoid doubt in the world, you're never going to tune into that personal purpose. But with the right guidance and being able to look at and be with this doubt and your specific type and nature of doubt and allow it to be there, in the meantime, use your energy for good and for what you feel called for. That is a gift, it's a skill set, it is a practice and a discipline, and we love supporting people in stepping into that. So if this sparks your interest, please leave a comment. If you want to know more about how we can support you in this journey of going from self-doubt to really being in your truth and in your power, email support@sourcedexperience.com or pop below and take our quiz. I'm Darla Ledoux. It's been an honor to be with you, and we'll see you soon.